Okay, with that, we will move on to our NRECA Director, Mark Hofer. Mark Hofer was born and raised in Spencer, South Dakota area. He has farmed all his life and is currently farming with his son, Matt. Mark has been married to his wife, Kathy, for over 47 years. Excuse me. They have 3 children, Amy, Nicole, and Matt, and 14 grandchildren. Mark has been an electric co-op director since 1989 and has served on the SDREA board, South Dakota Value Added Agricultural Development Center board, South Dakota Wind Energy board, Legislative Committee, Education Committee, Marketing Committee, and BTS Committee. Currently, Mark serves on the NRECA board and the Administration Committee. Please help me welcome Mark Hofer.
Good morning, everyone. First week of December, the board met in Arlington. That was our second time last year that we met as a board. The good news is that all upcoming events for this year are all going to be in person. The annual meeting, the Ledge Conference, the youth tour, director's update, all events are planned to be in person for the coming year. We also learned of some of the successes of NRECA last year and some of what they are going to have us trying to do in the coming year. So with that, we will get started with NRECA has successfully navigated the challenges of facing a divided Congress by leveraging the authentic advocacy of its membership. 2021 statistics from the Bolson Research that rank NRECA as one of the most bipartisan trade organizations in Washington and with the highest reputation score among energy industry associations. NRECA's strategic approach to telling the co-op to our story in Washington includes such items as the Co-op 101 program for legislators, policy branding campaign, and the pilot phase of NRECA's new grassroots program, Voices for Cooperative Power. Progress is being made in the Voices for Cooperative Power grassroots program, which has been launched in 34 states and has 60,000 participants. The program is expected to grow exponentially by the end of 2022, providing America's electric cooperatives with more advocates who are vocal about co-op issues. NRECA is working with members and others to share information, develop resources to help electric co-ops take advantage and opportunities relating to the infrastructure bill once specific programs are established and funds are available. NRECA has identified several areas that could benefit electric cooperatives and is developing a resource hub to provide information for members on cooperative.com. Some of the areas include clean energy, broadband, PMAs, physical and cybersecurity, grid modernization, and EVs. The 21 policy branding campaign was very successful. It included 1.8 million impressions targeted directly to the DC policy community and with more than 27,000 engagements from online ads to the NRECA public website. The campaign is the strategic use of media outreach, advertising, content development by NRECA, and supported by the social media direct lobbying, and other elements that communicate the electric cooperative brand every day in the DC market. The Government Relations Committee reported on a possible rebranding of Acre, and this would better engage key stakeholders and more powerfully connect the Acre brand to NRECA. The goals are to clarify that Acre represents America's electric cooperatives, align the Acre brand harmoniously with NRECA and our members, and establish a new brand package for Acre that speaks to the key stakeholders and connects both brands. NRECA estimates that more than 400 NRECA members are either operating, exploring, or partnering in broadband business. In response, NRECA proposed a new broadband membership tier to meet the members' changing needs in '22, to be funded by the participating members. The board passed a resolution supporting the effort and authorizing the use of $2 million of reserves to seed the new program. It will be governed by the NRECA board and resolutions, and will include support specific to broadband policy advocacy and expanded support for compliance, communications, legal, and technology strategies. Safety is always a concern to NRECA, and along with federated and statewide safety managers, they are working on an approach for co-ops to utilize their existing operational safety practices and make adjustments where necessary to help reduce the potential of future electrical contacts. Currently being piloted among co-ops across the country, the purpose of this assessment is to better understand their exposure to electrical contacts, to evaluate leading practices, and create a plan to minimize future risk as needed. The BTS committee reported on trends disrupting the power sector, such as decarbonization, digitization, decentralization, and electrification, and how NRECA is delivering resources to help co-ops navigate them. The committee reported on cybersecurity membership engagement, noting that 55 members are taking part in the Essence2 pilot projects. More than 300 members participated in the cybersecurity exercise through the RC3 program, and 2 cyber-related podcasts on NRECA's website along those lines were downloaded 4,000 times. Ransomware issues and other cyber threats are impacting electric cooperatives all over. There have been at least 3 ransomware attacks in just the past few weeks. NRECA is creating resources to help members combat cybersecurity threats, including release of a cybersecurity guidebook for co-op board members available on Cooperative.com. They are expanding the RC3 program and implementing the Essence project. The Education Communication Marketing Committee reported that one of the communications and marketing priorities for 2022 is creating cybersecurity communication tools to aid all co-op preparedness. NRECA is planning online, hybrid, and in-person education and training sessions in 2022 to meet the learning needs of all members. The first in-person power exchange will be held in March in Nashville, Tennessee. More electric co-op staff training options for all levels and positions are available online through the Cooperative Careers Essential Program curriculum on Cooperative.com. Jana Adams, Touchstone Energy's Cooperative Executive Director, presented the results from Touchstone Energy's 2020 National Survey on the Cooperative Difference. The survey found that Touchstone's name has a higher trust rating than even Amazon or Google, and there is a 10-point increase in satisfaction from member consumers who identify themselves as a member owner and have awareness of the Touchstone Energy brand. She also cited research showing that strong local benefits to Touchstone Energy's national advertising program and discussed several collaborative efforts between Touchstone Energy and NRECA. The NRECA International Board of Directors adopted a resolution to register NRECA International and open a bank account in Zambia, where several new electric cooperatives are being planned. Revenue significantly improved in 21 compared to the 2020 levels, and the organization remains financially strong. And I'd like to thank those who participated in the international program. The NRECA International projects use the cooperative business model and promotes U.S. government interests in countries where the U.S. has key geopolitical interests. This helps provide opportunities for NRECA to connect with members of Congress where they do not represent any co-ops. The NRECA International is a legal entity governed by the International NRECA Board of Directors. The IF&S Committee reviewed third quarter trust financials and other areas of fiduciary responsibility, including monitoring the investment performance of the NRECA plan assets, which total $26.6 billion as of September 30th. There are currently 882 employers in the R&S plan, 923 employers in the 401k plan, and 635 in the group benefits program. Another interesting fact that a survey was sent out by a national company out of Washington, and they were just surveying people in general. And it was discovered, these are not necessarily all co-op people, it was discovered that 40% of Americans did not have $400 saved up that they could grab onto. Just an interesting fact. This is why our benefits package is important to our employees. With that, that concludes the end of my report. Thank you very much. I will be around.